Hey out there in slot car land, how's everybody doing this week? Hope everybody enjoyed the Fray videos, and we love doing them and love putting them up. We love going there. We're looking forward to doing it again next year. Today we're going to put some decals on the paint project we're working on. I did some touch-up work on the body. Got those areas that were kind of, had a couple of spots where the tape peeled paint off of the black, so I fixed that up, so we got that done. When we're going to talk about controllers and power systems for your layout. Just give you a little heads up, you may see two versions of this video up on my channel for a little bit. I'm shooting it one with my phone like I usually shoot with, and I'm shooting one with another camera that I got from my mom, from her house, from all the stuff we got from there. So I'm going to upload both of them, see which one looks the best, and then I'll delete the one that doesn't. So you may see two versions for a little bit up on the channel. So kind of bear with me. I'm doing a little experiment here with cameras and whatnot. So let's get going. I got the decals all cut out. So let me get this set. And my holder for my phone has broke, so that's one of the issues here. So let me move this over here. Pardon the ceiling on this camera. So we'll have to see what we got video-wise here, and we'll see which one's better. I've had some comments from a couple of you guys on quality of video. I noticed that when I watch my videos on my phone, they look great, and when I watch them on the Kindle, they look great. But if I'm watching them on my computer, they don't look so great. So I'm doing a little experiment with both cameras here. Though one of them may not be too edited, they may look different. So please bear with me while I get editing software and all that other stuff. Now put the first decal in the water here. We're going to start with the hood, with the nose of the car and the hood, and we'll go from there. And we'll do a couple other things. I want to thank everybody for the views and the comments and the like things. Another thing I'm working on, I'm toying with starting. I'm probably going to do it. It might just take me a little bit to do it. I want to do a group page on Facebook for the Slot Car Crazy for the YouTube channel. It'll be a place where I can upload pictures of finished projects, update pictures of the layout, pictures of like what I'm working on, like assembling my buildings. As you can see, I'm still working on. I still got this one and one other one to build. So it'll be kind of like a update, like pictures of what I'm working on kind of thing. It'll also be a place where I can put pictures of chassis, and I can arrange them into albums where we can put like chassis pictures of all the Aurora cars and chassis pictures of all the Tyco cars, and then a miscellaneous album for all the oddball chassis and stuff. So I've got almost every Aurora chassis now, with the exception of a vibrator chassis and a Blazing Brakes chassis, and then I don't have any of the slotless cars. But that's something I don't think we need to get into on this channel. So I'm not gonna worry about that too much. Where'd that little one go? Where'd it go? There it is. We'll leave that for someone else to do. So, and then on the Tyco side, the only thing I don't have is an S chassis, which is the very first Tyco. I have a Tyco Pro 2 chassis. I don't have a Tyco Pro chassis, which is the one with the wipers. Mine has the little the pins, And that I've been informed that that's actually a Tyco Pro 2 chassis. And then I don't have a 440 chassis. I have a 44X2 chassis, but I don't have any 440 chassis, which there's not much difference, but I thought it'd be kind of a neat place to do that and to put pictures and there we go. Got that one on there. So I'll get that up this week, and if you guys want, just send a join request, and I'll get you guys joined to the channel. It may be a channel where only I can post stuff, but you guys can comment and send me comments. Not quite sure if I want to make it an open group to where everybody can post on there. But I'm still kind of working on that, but we'll see what happens with that. And some other things, but I know this is a probably a Pontiac Firebird chassis, but we're gonna put, seeing as it looks really cool on here, oh come on, stick. The other side's sticking. There we go. Slide it over just a tad. Seeing as these are Robbie Gordon decals, these have a the Toyota Camry lights and grill and Camry on it. But I think it looks really cool on there. Even though this is a Pontiac body, this is probably pretty close to what a Toyota would look like with the decals on there. I don't know if I want to put another monster. We might just cut that big sits off of there. I gotta stop saying soots. I don't know why I keep saying that. I might cut this big monster name off of this one here, so we can use this monster on here. That'll be cool. We'll do that. So we'll do a little decal work here. And then I'll finish it up. I'll do a little decal work here, and then we'll go over and we'll do the other part of the. We'll get into the controllers and the puts, and then we'll come back and maybe put a couple more decals on or something, and then I'll finish it off camera. And when we'll come back with the next episode, we'll do the clear coat and stuff. The next episode, by the way, will be the 1-year anniversary of the channel. We may have 10,000 views by then. We're only 700 views away from 10,000, so. And I'll show you guys what we got for prizes for the giveaway that we'll be having in that episode. Remember, you have to be a subscriber to be eligible for that drawing. I'm getting everybody's names written down. I gotta get them all on the plastic pieces and stuff yet. I gotta do that in the next 2 weeks. And get that all done. I was going to mention, I forgot to mention that we're coming to you a day early because I am not going to be home this weekend. We're going out of town, going to see some of my wife's family in Oregon, so that's why we're coming at you a day early here. More than likely, you guys will be seeing this episode tomorrow morning. And don't be confused by the two videos. Oh shoot, I just got to get that out. Okay. Woo. There we are. That's going to be sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Okay, I forgot to snag something here, so let me let's get this out real quick. And we'll talk controllers here while those as you can see, my makeshift holder is not working very well. That's why I'm using two cameras here. You're gonna get a side profile over here on this one. Let's talk about controllers for a minute here. Of course, everybody knows what we'll get. This is actually a packaged Aurora controller. This is a controller you get in an Aurora set. These are the ones, you know, that you get. Something just beeped and I'm not sure what it was. I don't know if it was that camera or this one. So that's what you usually get to play with, you know, as a kid. That's what you play with, that's what you have. What we use and what we first were using, and from what I understand, you can't get this just the standard Parma controller anymore. I've had this one for quite a while. As you can see, it's got a metal trigger on it. The ones that I bought, the last ones I bought, actually have a plastic trigger on them. But I read something somewhere that that Parma's not making these anymore. This is about a $30 controller. And this is a 60 ohm controller. I use this for about everything. And there's two different ways that you guys can hook up a controller. You've got your, of course you got your regular gator clips, which you would use a nail or a screw with the wires from your track to the back of it, and then you just clip on. Or we've been using, and they used to use them at the Fray, they don't use them anymore, but around here we use a 1-inch mono stereo plug for plugging into this racetrack. Now we're going to change, and we're going to make it dual, to where you can either use a the stereo plug, or you can use gator clips, and we'll show you that on an episode a couple episodes down the road here. We'll show you what we're going to do with that. But these you can't get anymore. This is a Parma Plus controller. This is the one I bought for my son to take to the Fray, and it was kind of stiff when he first started working it, but it's starting to smooth out a little bit. This is actually a 45 ohm controller, and I think this one's about, I think it was about $50. I think is what I paid for this one. If you want a really nice controller and you want to be able to use it on several different things, this is the one to get. I got this from One Stop Slot Shop. It's about a $109 controller, but it's a veritable ohm controller. So you can control the ohms that you're running. But basically it's for sensitivity. If you want a really sensitive, you turn it way up. If you want less sensitive, you turn it back the other way. It works really well. As you can see, it doesn't have the resistor like the older controllers do. As you can see the resistor inside there. This has more of a circuit board on it because of the controller on the backside. I love this controller. This is the one I used at the Fray, and it's really, really nice. I like this controller. It's one of the reasons why we're going to the dual option on the layout. We're gonna put in using these screws. We're just gonna wire that camera turned off, so we can't use that camera for long videos. So that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this experiment. So pardon the hand. So that's one of the things that we're going to do down a couple weeks down the road here. We'll show an episode of us doing that, even if it's in a non-regular episode thing. We'll show you what we're going to be doing. But I love this controller. This is a really cool controller. I would suggest you guys getting one of these. If you guys don't know about ohms and whatnot, if you love running T-Jets, you love running, magnetraction, your basic stock kind of cars. Basically, one of these is a great controller. You know, anywhere from a 60 to a 45 ohm. If you're running hopped up cars, you really want the ohms to be lower. You gotta kind of works opposite to what you're thinking. If a 60 ohm controller is great for like T-Jets, a 45 and lower is better for your really fast cars like your Vipers, your Patriots, those sort of things. Your really hopped up kind of cars. We don't really run any of those, so we don't need a controller for that. This controller, the variable ohm controller, would work great from anything from your T-Jets all the way up through your probably up through your Super Gs. I'm going to be doing some experiments with this with a stock, you know, stock arm, stock motor magnet Super G and see what it does, and we'll let you guys know how that handles. But I really love this. This one came from One Stop Slot Shop. I can't remember. Hold on, let me look it up here. The Elijah's Parma Plus controller came from HOSlotCarRacing.com. Let's see. Let me get out of here. And we'll go to the One Stock Shop. I can't remember what this one was called. I think it was a Pro Light controller, if I remember right. We'll look that up really quick. Speaking of which, we just got another order from them, from One Stop Slot Shop. We ordered a brand new scale engineering wheel press from them with all the adjustable parts to it, and then we ordered a bunch of parts and pieces for our freight cars, pickup shoe springs, some Slot Tech motor brushes, which I've never used. I've always used JB's Thunder brushes, so I'm going to see what those work like, and I'll let you guys know how those do. Let's see. Let's go to controllers. Let's go. I don't want 30 second. I want HO. HO. Go to HO. Yeah, it's a Pro Light controller. Yeah. This one right here, it's called a Pro Light controller. It's $109 on One Stop Slot Shop. And I did see several guys at the fray using this controller, so it's a pretty popular controller. You can't go up from that. They have a BK Pro and a BBC Pro and an All Pro, and that just adds more features. You can have your sensitivity, a coast control, which I don't really believe in, and a couple other choke and a couple other, you know, really complicated things on there. But for just your basic use, I would recommend this. It's kind of it's a spendy controller, but it's a good investment. Probably last you a while. Parma makes some really good controllers and whatnot. There is some other options out there. There's some really high-tech. Stan, one of my friends, has a really high-tech digital controller that he uses for. He actually bought it for 24 scale cars, and he uses it with his HO cars as well, and it works pretty good. It was really spendy though. I think that was like a $200 controller though. So go from there. Let's talk about power supplies. There's some spendy money right there. You can buy. I'm going to talk while I do some changing around here. You can buy a power supply where you have you can you can dial in the volts you want depending on what cars you're running. So it's kind of a good investment. They vary in price. I think I've seen them as low as in the 90 range. Seen them as high as probably right around the $200 range. But it is kind of a deep investment, and I'm not really sure how you would hook one up. I've never had to hook one up, so hold that thought. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. But you can buy that and use it that way. Especially, that's probably the best thing to buy if you run like a wide variety of cars from T-Jets all the way up to the super fast cars. But if you're only running stock cars and you're running T-Jets through your Super G, stock Super Gs and stock Mega Gs, you can use just the regular wall controller or wall plug. My track has 4 power packs on it, and they're all the newer Tomei power packs, and they're hooked up 1 per lane. So each lane has its own power supply. If you ever playing as a kid, playing on the slot track with 1 power pack, and you're racing with your friend, and your friend's car goes off, and all of a sudden your car goes, and that happens because you got 1 power pack power on both lanes, so the power's divided. As soon as that car goes off, it diverts all the power to the other lane because there's only 1 car running. So that causes your car to pick up speed, and if you're not careful and don't know what's going on, it goes zipping right off the racetrack. So if you're building a multi-lane, even if you're only building a 2-lane, it's a lot better to wire your power packs to a single lane. So if you're doing a 2-lane, you'd have 2 power packs. And I thought it was really hard when I first started doing my first layout. And come to think of it now, it's not that hard when you think about it. So this is a really old one. This is one of the old original Aurora power packs. But the same thing applies. What you would do is you would cut the old style plug off, and there's 2 wires. You need to split them apart. 1 wire goes to the track, which would be the total power wire. If you ever took your track and took a lane, 1 lane always has power, and 1 lane doesn't. And that lane that doesn't have power is the lane that's coming back from your controller back to the track. And that's when as you pull the trigger in, it slowly feeds power to that rail to make the car move. So it depends on which way you want to go, to which way you hook up the constant power, and the way you hook up the controller line. So you would have to figure that out on your own. And you would hook it up. Where's my track? Here it is. So you would hook up, you would one goes to your track, the other power line from the power pack goes to the controller. And it would either go whether you're running a plug or if you're running, if you're running clip-ons and you're running screws, the one that doesn't go to the track would go to one of these. And then when you hook up the other side, you would have the other side, which is the non-power side. You would hook up a wire to it, and it would run from the other screw all the way back over to the other lane, the other side of the lane for the power. And that's it. You're done. The only time it gets ever more complicated is if you're running brakes, or if you're running a power track call from your computer or anything like that. And I can't get into that because I don't run either or. My track does not run brakes. It's a constant power. So when you let off, your car will roll a little bit. It doesn't completely stop. I don't like the brakes on the track. And with us using the mono stereo plug, you can't have brakes because it's only got 2 hookups. So, but that's how you would hook up a track. And we'll go into that a little deeper when we show you what we're doing here. I'll show you guys. We'll show you guys how to do that. But let's come back over here. Oh, the flashlight's right here. Cool. So I'll come back over here and I'll show you guys. We'll show you the arrangement I have here. And as you can see, actually, these actually say Aurora on them. These are the newer, bigger Aurora packs. And they're all hooked up to one power strip that actually has an on-off switch on it. So I can turn the power on and off without having to unplug it. And then 2 of these go over to that side, and then the other 2 go over to this side. And we'll show you guys when we do the dual hookup. We'll show you how we're going to do that. Basically, what we're going to do is we're just going to come off of these 2 red wires are hooked up to the green lane. Let me get these step stools out of the way. The kids have been racing cars down here again. And then this, which one is it? Okay, so this one right here that's got the black wire hooked into it, which is this wire right here. That's the one that's coming from the power pack. this wire here is the wire that's going back to the track on the other side. So what we're going to do is we're going to come off and just cut it, wire in another wire, and then wire this wire back into it. And then we're going to run that wire to here to the screw. And then we'll do the same thing. We'll do the same thing on the other side. And then you'll have dual hookups. So you can either run a plug if you have a plug, or you can run gator clips if you want to run gator clips. So I could go either way on my layout. So we thought of that the other day. Elijah was like, "Well, I want to run my new controller," and I'm like, "Well, we started thinking about it." And I'm like, well, we could make it dual, and I'll show you guys how we do that down the road there. So we'll do that in an episode coming up. We'll show you guys how to wire that. We may even do that in our next episode, in the anniversary episode. I may make that episode a longer episode just because it's the 1-year anniversary. So let's get these controllers out of the way. Let's do a couple more decals and we'll talk some more stuff. I hope that helped you guys with controllers. I've seen a lot of people out there, especially on power supplies. I've seen a lot of people out there with their tracks hooked up with just the power packs going into the terminal. And as you can see, I don't have any terminals on my track. It's all, my track's all wired in, and that's why you see on the bottom of your track, you see this little gap right here where the rail's exposed. That's where you solder your wires to on the bottom of the track. Sometimes you gotta work it. If you have a little what is that stuff? That prep stuff that you can buy, that you can put on the area before you solder, really helps. I don't have any of it, so it gets a little complicated. But if you have that stuff and you solder it right, it doesn't even melt the racetrack. You just got to be really careful and really precise, and it won't even warp your track or anything, so it won't even get hot. So we might have to show you how to do that in an episode. Maybe we'll even do that in the anniversary episode. I'll just grab a piece of track. I got some old Tyco track and stuff, and we can show you how to solder the wires on and whatnot. Take a soldering 101 class. Oh, come back here. Get down there. So, oh yeah, we were going to show you while that decal's getting ready. Let me grab a couple things here. Get these out. Oh, I tried to put it in here because I took it with us. Put this decal on for a second. I know I don't have the camera tilted down, but I'm just going to leave it up for the moment. Oh, it's on the floor. It's good when you're decaling to let your after you've put a few decals on, it's good to let it sit. Let those decals sit for a little bit. Let them set before you start working on another part of the car. I found that out over trial and error and whatnot, that to do like an area, like the hood, like we did, let it sit for a little while, let them decals dry, let them set, and then move on to your next area. And then after you're completely done with the car, it's almost good to let it sit for a week or so with the decals on it. Let them decals set before you clear coat. Really helps, really helps. Okay, so the giveaway. No, the first giveaway I had, nobody claimed the prizes. So one of the prizes, and there isn't going to be a first prize, second prize, or third prize. There's just prizes, and we'll draw names out, and then if nobody claims them, we'll redraw. I'll give everybody like 2 or 3 weeks to claim them, and then if nobody claims them, we'll redraw again. But I'm going to put the first project car we did will be in the drawing because nobody claimed it from the first one. The Tequila Patron Ford Falcon Australian Aussie car that we did. It's the Hot Wheel body that we put on the Super G chassis. Practically brand new chassis, new pickup shoes, new bell end, new motor timing plate, BSRT wheel and tires on the back. So that'll be one of the prizes. Another prize will be this really cool Corvette racing decal set from a couple years ago. I think this is probably like 2 or 3 years ago that they had this paint scheme on the car. These are really cool. And then we've got, and I've decided which one we're going to do for the review and which one I'm going to give away. This will also be one of the prizes. One of the Super 3 Auto World Indy cars. We'll be giving this away. And we'll be giving away the number 28 Fred Lorenzen. These are Thunderjet Ultra G chassis. We'll be giving that one away. We'll be giving away the Junior Johnson car. So we'll be giving that one away. Let's see. I think probably we'll be giving. I think I'm going to do it. We'll throw this in here. I'll keep one and we'll throw this in here. We'll be giving away a T-Dash chassis. It will have the wheels, tires, pickup shoes, and stuff on it when I send it out. So we'll be giving one of those away. So that's, what is that? That's 6 prizes right there. What else should we give away? We'll toss in another prize. We'll give away a set of the BSRT wheel and tires. I think I've got some. I've got a set. So we'll be giving away the BSRT wheel and tire sets that we've used on the Mega G, Super G Challenge, and the Mega G Plus Challenge. So I'll give a set of the BSRT wheel and tires away for you guys. So that's 7 prizes right there, and I may come up with a couple before the episode airs. So these are definites. These 7 are definites, and we'll go from there. I'll put the number 7 on there. This is gonna look cool. So thank you guys for watching. I love this channel's done a lot more than I thought it was ever going to do in the first year that it's done. So I want to thank everybody for the views, for the watches, for the subscribers. Last check, we were up to 131 subscribers, and it may be a little more, a little more. I've seen a couple come through today that I got emails for saying that they have subscribed, so we may be up to like 134, maybe 135. So that's going to be the giveaway, and I'll continue to decal this puppy up. And we'll shoot to clear in the next episode. Be on the lookout for the Slot Car Crazy group page on Facebook. I'm going to try and get that up within the next week or so. So give me a little time. I want to get all the pictures taken and downloaded and get them in my phone so I can get them put up in the albums and whatnot. So keep a lookout for that. Once you see it, send me a join request, and I'll put you guys in. Be a neat place where I can give you guys updates on the channel. When I figure out what the next episode's going to be, I can toss that out there, and you guys can see it, so you can wait for the video. It'll be a place where I can share the videos as well. So it's good. I want it to be an information group page for the channel, for stuff where you can go and look and all that kind of stuff. So love you guys. Love you guys. And keep racing slot cars. And we will see you in 2 weeks with a new episode. Catch you later. Bye.